Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. We've talked a bit about what's going on with COD 2021 in Warzone here on the channel previously. There's been a lot of different rumors and different things surfacing regarding what's going to happen to Warzone when COD 2021 drops, whether we're going to be going back in time to a new World War II map, whether we're going to get different weapons, whether certain weapons will be removed. Like, there's a lot of stuff going around about it. However, with the Season 4 update, it appears we accidentally got some new information on what appears to be the next Warzone map, because we have a list of locations for what should be the World War II Warzone map. So today, as we break it all down, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here or if you haven't already subscribed, I am always covering everything going on in COD, news, intel, updates, it's all right here. So feel free to subscribe, that way you can always stay up to date. So just getting right into this, first and foremost, as always, whenever we talk about leaks and other rumors here on the channel, none of this is set in stone. You know, as of right now, this is not officially confirmed in any way, shape, or form. This is not coming directly from Activision or directly from Call of Duty themselves, but instead various leaks and whatnot from the game. This was initially reported on by Charlie Intel. It's from Nico's over on Twitter. But until we officially see, teasers or actual announcements regarding what this new map could be from Call of Duty or from Activision or from Raven or whoever, we got to take it with a grain of salt. So just keep that in mind for now. Anyway, that said, we've got 14 potential World War II map locations. This is what's on the Charlie Intel article. I'll link that down in the description below, by the way. The first one here is going to be Resort. And of course, all we have right now is names. We don't have, obviously, any images or any gameplay or anything else but the direct names to go off of. So there's a lot of, imagining going on here. What would this location look like in a World War II scenario, in a Pacific Theater scenario, which, as we've discussed previously, is where the supposed 2021 Warzone map is going to be located. But Resort is the first location. I feel like that's relatively self-explanatory. Next up, we also have Capital. We sort of already have a location like this on Verdansk 1984, then also back on 2020 Verdansk. It's in downtown. We have like the whole Capital sector there where like the downtown plaza building is and whatnot. So it could be something similar to that. This would probably be a more compact area if it is the Capital. There could be quite a few different buildings and different alleyways and whatnot. So that could be one of the main like hot spots on the map, I would assume, just based off of this initial list. We also have Radio Station. This could be very similar to Array in a sense, probably not on that same scale where, it's massive and just rises into the sky like it does on the map right now, but I feel like it'd be something along those lines. We also have like the whole Array location from Blackout that had the various radio towers. It could be something like that too. The next location we have is called Subpen, and at first I wasn't really familiar with this, though a quick Google search informed me this is like a code for submarine pen, so this could take place inside of a submarine or around like a submarine area. We've had something similar to this on Alcatraz back in Blackout as well. We actually had a submarine added to that map where we could go inside, we could run on top of it, so perhaps it's something like that. Next up, we got a location called Farms. I can imagine this one is pretty basic because we have a farmland area on Verdansk right now. We've had that since the Warzone map was first introduced. Not the most exciting of areas on Verdansk, so, I can't imagine it'd be that much more exciting on a new map. Pretty open, pretty bland, pretty basic all around, but hey, it's on this list for the time being. We also have Airfield. I would assume this one's going to be pretty similar to like military base. You'll probably have a couple of tarmacs, maybe a few hangars. Perhaps this will be a spawn for various air-based vehicles, whatever we have as an option at that point in the game. Could be pretty interesting. Also could be sort of like, very wide open and kind of dangerous to run into. We're going to have to wait and see. Next up, this is one that I find particularly interesting. It's called Lagoon. Of course, that would imply there'd be, water in the area, and something we definitely don't have in Warzone right now is, of course, the swimming mechanic. We talked about this a lot prior to Verdansk 1984 being introduced. Would we get a swimming mechanic with the new map? Lo and behold, that did not happen. Could it happen with the next map? Perhaps, because the Lagoon is one location. The next location is going to be Beachhead. Now, this is more of like a station on a beach, right? This is where you'd post up and defend from people coming from the water itself. So again, water could be involved here. Potentially, we could be getting that swimming mechanic. Maybe we get boats instead. Could be very interesting. And honestly, the list just keeps getting more and more interesting, I would say, for lack of better word. It's also way more diverse, it seems, because the next location is Caldera, and of course, this has to do with volcanoes. So we go from beach to volcanoes. We have a capital, all sorts of different environments here. The exact definition of Caldera would be a large volcanic crater. So that's an area that I would imagine would be very, very wide open. And honestly, just looking at this list, outside of like Capital and maybe Resort, a lot of these areas seem like they would be very wide open without much cover. So that could really change up how Warzone in general is played. You know, a lot more sniper action would be involved if there's not as much cover. Gunfights in general would be very different if that is the case. Anyways, moving on from Caldera, we also have Mines. I feel like this one is pretty self-explanatory. Could be a lot more close quarters based here to sort of switch up from all the wide open fields like it seems like we could have so far. Next up, we've got Village. Again, pretty self-explanatory. That could be just about any standard village you'd have in the Pacific Theater. The next one is rather interesting because it's called Airstrip, and we already have Airfield like we just talked about a bit ago, so I'm not sure how much those would differ from one another. If the Airfield would be more established and actually have, you know, main buildings, hangars, an air traffic control tower. If the Airstrip would just be like one singular airstrip meant for like a smaller vehicle or something without much cover, really any established buildings or something like that. Could be interesting to see how exactly those differ from one another. Next up, we've got Docks, and keep in mind, this is a Sledgehammer World War II game based off the information that we have now. Not officially confirmed, just sort of rumored as of right now, but it is being made by Sledgehammer. We know that, and back in the initial World War II game from Sledgehammer that we had a bit ago, we had a map called Docks. It probably wouldn't be like a one-to-one copy and paste, but it could be something similar to that. Then finally, we have Arsenal. This could be, you know, an area where there could be a lot of ground loot, a lot of weapons available, or it could just be like a sort of a bunker area where they would normally store a lot of weapons and equipment and whatnot. Can't really tell too much based off of that name. So those are the 14 locations we have as of right now. Again, nothing is set in stone here. Those could all end up changing. Some of them could end up changing. We might see a few of them added to the actual World War II map if that's what we're getting here when the next COD releases. Can't really tell as of right now, just because this is all leaks, this is all rumors, and nothing's been confirmed by Activision, but I do think it's very interesting that we're already seeing locations leak for what could be this next Warzone map. Of course, in the past, we've had other rumors out there regarding what could be a new Warzone map. Urzikstan was a main one when Modern Warfare 2019 was a thing, and that never happened. We never got locations for that. Nothing really ever came of that. Considering the fact that we're already seeing location leaks for this, we have all this information pointing to this new map dropping in November when the new COD is releasing. To me, seems like this is gonna be what ends up happening. You know, more than likely we are gonna have this new World War II map. Whether or not these are the exact locations, only time is gonna tell, but so far, from what we know off of this list, it seems pretty diverse, and I'm excited for it. Honestly, I'm just excited for something actually brand new. I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens to Warzone when we get a fully new map, not something that just takes place on Verdansk with a few changes here and there. But with all of that being said, that is going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here or if you haven't already subscribed, I am always covering everything going on in COD, whether it be news, intel, updates, tips, or really anything else in between. It's all right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WHosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. The links for all those can be found down in the description below. Well, once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.